Welcome back to PRN Test Drive. I'm James, and I've spent my entire week driving this 2025 Ford Mustang GT convertible. Now, this is the California Special, which is why you see the blue rims and the different blue accents. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the video. Now, this is not my first experience with the new generations of Mustangs. I had the fastback back in 2024, just last year, almost around the same time, right at the beginning of the summer. And I said back then, I hope Ford changes absolutely nothing about it. Leave it a screaming V8, leave the manual, leave the styling. I loved all of it. And really, they don't have to change anything because they simply don't have any competition. You can't go out and get a brand new Camaro with a V8. You can't get a Challenger or a Charger. Well, you can get a Charger, but it won't have a V8. It'll have speakers that resemble a V8. Whether you can call that a true muscle car, I'll leave that up to you. But Ford is basically unchallenged in this market, and they are absolutely dominating it with no competition still. So yes, I've had a ton of experience with this Mustang generation, but I don't care. Any enthusiast is not going to refuse the chance to get behind a manual and the V8, and also the answer why I took it again lies in the convertible top. The convertible top changes the experience actually quite a bit, and it's summer, and who could resist? So I'm gonna take you through every single thing there is to know about the convertible, the California Special package of the Mustang GT. We're gonna try to take the top down. Hopefully the weather permits us to do so. It's a little bit on and off here in Quebec. The sun was just out and it was raining. So I can't explain it, so let's try. But first, let's give you the details. So powering the Mustang GT is the beast 5-liter Coyote V8, which normally generates 480 horsepower unless you are equipped with the active valve dual exhaust. That's going to run you to 486 horsepower, which is the one that I've got. We've also got 418 pound-feet of torque, and we're paired with a 6-speed manual transmission. And of course, it is rear-wheel drive. I'll tell you right now, it's going to be extremely hard for me to find things to complain about because you pair a V8 with a manual and a lot of things will be forgiven. Now, I also do have the GT Performance package, which will give us things like bigger Brembo brake systems. We'll also have the electric hand operating parking brake, so it's like a fake one, but it still looks pretty cool. We also have the heavy-duty front springs, K-brace, performance raised rear wing, but since I have the convertible, I don't have the rear wing. And we also get a torsion differential with a 3.73 axle ratio, which make things really, really interesting. We get unique chassis tuning and unique stability control, as well as an upsized rear sway bar. Now, I mentioned California package. That just basically means that all those little blue accents you see around the vehicle, well, that's the California package. It also has things like the blue interior. My steering wheel has blue, so there's a lot of like little blue bits that look really, really good here. And you don't have to get it in black. You can actually option it in like a really cool silver as well. That's kind of the one I think I would go with. Kind of stands out a little more with the blue, but honestly, this black package looks really nice too. So I wish I was telling you that this is a very cheap Mustang and you should go out and buy it. I mean, you should go out and buy it, but the base MSRP starts around $64,630 Canadian, but the actual as tested price here is right around $77,135 Canadian. So yeah, it kind of, it's a little expensive, and hopefully in the future, this number comes down and I'll have one in my driveway. But for right now, it's a little unaffordable for me. But if you think price is going to change my opinion of this Mustang GT, just listen to the way this V8 revs and you'll have your answer. All right, so on the road, Mustang GT convertible. We're starting with the top up because I see a suspicious cloud, and you know, this thing really wants you to be stopped when you put the top back up, and it's very finicky. It's gotten stuck on me a few times where it's just not or once in particular time where I've put it up or put it down and it's not come back up. So that's a thing that can happen. So I'm just kind of like, we're kind of going to drive this thing here a little bit down the street, see if that cloud is a rain cloud. If not, taking the top off, we're going to have a good time. If it does rain, well, then that's good content because you're going to see me freak out. Anyways, this thing can get you in trouble. It probably would get me in trouble quite a bit if I owned it for longer than just a week. So far, been able to stay out of trouble. So far, I've been driving in sport mode pretty much all the time. The occasional little track rip just to see how it is, but sport mode seems to be the sweet spot. But yeah, a ton of power, way more power than anybody else, but hopefully you can hear this. Let's see what this V8's got from first gear. Here we go. Oh. And I can't do any more than that. Third gear. And I didn't even redline second gear. Why? Because I couldn't. Because if I did that, well, this thing likes to break traction even on the good days. It did just rain here, but it likes to break traction. And yeah, I don't want to end up in a tree or anywhere near a tree or anything remotely close to that. So we're gonna play it safe. We're not gonna do that. But that's the thing is in a Mustang GT, I said this last time too, I'll never explore the full power, the full potential of this thing. I will never be able to do it unless I take it on a track or to a drag strip. Both things I don't know if I would do if I spent my own money and I bought this thing because I really want to keep it in one piece. And I feel like it would just into a crowd, you know? Like, I just feel like it would be hard to keep it straight. I don't know. I have traction control on all the time, whether I'm in track mode, whatever mode I go into, traction control is always on because I don't want to get hurt or anything. So like, I mean, but oh my goodness, no EV will ever be able to give you the sounds that we are hearing from this Mustang, right? I have it in its, you know, the loudest exhaust I'm allowed to have it in. When you put it in track mode, it gives you a warning that you're not allowed to do that, or it doesn't give you a warning, just says track use only. Are people using it on the track only? I don't know. Am I? Of course I am. Oh my goodness. I haven't used track mode all week. Absolutely not. That's absolutely not what you're hearing right now through hopefully this microphone. It's sport mode. Yes. Anyways, the handling's pretty good. It handles like a Mustang, if that makes sense. Like it's not the most connected feeling in the world, even when my steering is in sport mode, even if I'm in track mode, whatever. It's not the most connected, but then again, you have the convertible, right? So it's like, I'm not expecting the convertible to handle like a demon, you know? It's not a Porsche or anything like that. I definitely don't care that it's not a Porsche either, because this V8, you can stick a V8 into anything, make it sound like this. You can give me a smart car that sounds like this. I'll be the happiest person in the world. A V8 makes everything better, and that's why I say EV won't be able to do this. Anyways, like I said, get back to the point. Handling is pretty decent. It's like a cruiser, right? Like it's a really, really good cruiser, and I'm not expecting too much connection from it. I just love the muscle of it. You know, I love that the straight line speed, you know, the show, the gusto that this thing possesses. It is just addicting all the time, and it never, ever, ever gets old. All right, so let's take the top off. Got to pull this little latch down, break the seal sort of, and then hold this button. All the windows go down. There goes the top. There we go. Everything's all good. Alrighty, so top is down. So now, once you take the top off in a Mustang GT, I mean, there's not much noise isolation anyways with the convertible, but the second you do this, it's just all bets are off. I mean, people with sensitive ears are gonna have to wear earplugs because this thing is loud, proud, and it shows it. So let's turn down this road here and let's give it another rip. If I was wearing a hat, it's gone. It's gone. Hopefully you can still hear me with this wind noise here. Hopefully my mic is doing a good job at filtering that out. If not, we're gonna slow down soon enough. So yeah, I mean, that's not pumped in. I mean, what's there to pump in? You wouldn't hear it anyways, right? Like, that is absolutely unbelievable, the speed of that. I just cannot fathom how cool that is and how cool I feel doing that, right? So let's talk a little bit about ride quality. Hopefully the audio's not being ruined. The ride quality in a Mustang in general, the GT is really good. The adaptive dampers are doing their jobs. And I have my suspension right now in sport mode. So in normal mode, it's really good. It's extremely comfortable. It's one of these sports cars that can do long road trips with no problem at all, without me sitting here for an hour and my back absolutely hurting. It's really, really good. It handles all these Quebec bumps and these crap roads really, really well. Next thing, transmission. Really, really solid transmission. I mean, you wouldn't think Ford would be like that high on like the impressive scale when it comes to transmission, but trust me, it is. It's so responsive. It's the clutch engagement point for beginners and stuff, or for folks that might be worried about it. The engagement point is so easy to find and easy to feel. There's feedback through my foot. The gears are easy to find. It's got a reverse lockout, so you're never worried about accidentally shifting into reverse when you want to go into first. It's super easy to get started. It kind of really, I feel like the transmission shows you how it wants to be driven, and because it has such a wide power band, you can kind of sit in second gear, third gear a little bit longer than some, like say the Civic Si with a lot less power. You're not gonna be able to sit in second gear, or especially first gear, that long. So you have a little bit more time to like prepare yourself, and also rev match downshifting. Yes, I use it. No, I'm not ashamed to admit it. And I think, you know, if you're a beginner manual, it's like a game changer. It's a game saver, actually. When I first started learning manuals, rev match downshifting saved my life, and I almost wouldn't take vehicles that didn't have them. So, you know, there you go. I mean, a V8 with a manual. Does it get any better? Does it? I can't think of anything else. In the summer, kind of cold right now. Welcome to Canada. It's July and it is 20, but it feels ice cold here. Maybe it's because I have my AC on like blast here. Speaking of that, let's talk about the interior. So the thing that's going to stand out a lot on the interior is these blue seats. It's part of the California special package. So I got blue seats, white and blue contrast stitching. Looks really, really good. Really, really high quality as well. I even have that blue stitching, or like that blue material, on my steering wheel as well. So it looks phenomenal. Really, really good job. The passenger gets a little badge that says California Special. You can see the blue stitching all throughout. Looks really nice. Since I have the premium package, I don't have like two separate screens. It's all blended into one, and it all looks really nice. Physical buttons for my steering wheel. It's a D-cut steering wheel, so it looks really, really good. I love using it. Feels really sporty, and I'm just a fan of it. You can, you know, I've got like this little Mustang button that I can press, and I can change my drive modes. I can change my drive modes through here, and I can also change the custom mode through here as well, through this digital infotainment display. I can absolutely have like almost a drive mode or a different custom mode for every day of the week. It is so awesome, so cool. That honk wasn't for me. I have no idea what it was about. But like, it looks, I mean, you can just customize it. You can have it in track as the base drive mode, and then you can adjust the dampers, the steering, the different things like that. So like, it's all right there, and I really like that. And you can also change the colors. You can change the different gauge cluster themes, so you can have like a classic one. If you're like a fan of the old Mustangs but you're driving this one, you could change those things to match that. So you can do a bunch of that. Once you press this Mustang button, you really unlock like the actual customization of the vehicle, and it's really cool. Digital gauge cluster works really well. You can, like I said, the themes you can change. I usually leave it in the track mode. I like it a lot, but also I like, you know, when I have the top down, I feel like doing the convertible, because the Mustang GT, especially this one, feels like a perfect blend of old school mixed with new school. You got the new generation, but you still got the convertible, still got the V8, the manual. It feels old school. They did not reinvent the wheel with anything other than taking away the physical buttons. It's all kind of touch buttons for the HVAC controls and stuff like that. So if you like touch buttons, you're probably not gonna like this, because it's all in there. Heated and ventilated seats, which are really nice. Heated steering, which is really nice. But again, you have to do it all through the infotainment. I've also got like this fake, like, it's an electronic parking brake, but it's like a fake like little handbrake, so you can pull it up and feel like you're doing a cool handbrake turn. I don't do that. I'm not trying to ruin the tires. It's been raining a lot this week, so I got kind of unlucky. I'm not trying to drift my Mustang. I think it does plenty of that when I put the power down anyways. Now also, through this infotainment display, I can also control the exhaust valve, so I can actually put it in quiet mode, right? Like, I can do it. So that's quiet mode, right? And then if I put it back in sport mode, I mean, there's a huge difference. It clamps, and it also has a quiet start mode. So like when I leave for work super early in the morning, I don't want to wake up my daughter. My driveway and her room are like right there. So I usually, you know, turn it on accessory, put the quiet exhaust on, and then start. It's still loud, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot less aggressive and loud when you do quiet start. So I like to do that a little bit when, you know, especially when I don't want to wake her up or it's late at night and I want to go for a drive. Kind of helps not wake the baby up, you know. But really, I mean, like, you know, infotainment stuff is cool. You know, like different features are cool, but the coolest thing is that noise right there. That is the coolest thing in the Mustang GT. That is why they are unmatched. There's no competition. Nobody can come close because nobody's doing it. Please, Ford, never make this a hybrid, never make this an EV. Please keep it exactly the way it is, because the driving and the interior really click really well. Again, mix of old school and new school, and I'm a fan of it. Just keep going, Ford. 2026 Ford Mustang can be exactly the same, and you'll get 2 thumbs up from me. So next, let's talk to you about the exterior styling for this Mustang GT convertible in its California special package. I mentioned the blue accents. One that stands out the most is these blue rims. And trust me, the camera, the pictures won't do it justice. I didn't like it in the pictures. I didn't really like it on the video, but then I saw it in person, and this black with these blue accents, wonderful job. Absolutely love it. You can see we still have the same kind of daytime running LEDs from last year. We still got the hood vent as well. I like this front lip here as well. We got some cooling, and then we have some black accents here, which are very, very nice. And then you can also see that we have a GT/CS badge. I had to look. It's a so the GT convertible badge plus the California special, which looks really cool. It's all in blue. Very, very nice, but I really didn't think I'd like a black Mustang, but man, does this look really good. It's very much aided by its blue. I love the front end of a Mustang. Convertible, fastback, you name it, perfection. So next we come on to the side profile for the Mustang GT convertible, and this is where you can get a good view of our soft top convertible. No issues, it goes up and down really well. We can include some B-roll of that happening because again, the sun is out, but it's raining and I don't want to have a puddle in Ford's really nice Mustang. So we're gonna keep it closed for the exterior part. And we do have another blue accent right here in the 5.0 badge, because this is the screaming 5-liter Coyote V8 engine. And oh yes, we have a nice blue strip right there mixed with, I don't know if the camera can see it, but we also have like this black strip as well that has California special all along. It's all in letters and it looks really cool. And then just back here where my foot is, we have the GT/CS badge once again. It's keyless entry, very easy to use, does a little light show when you walk up and walk away, just like last year. Again, they didn't need to change anything because it was perfect last year. The only difference is really this soft top here, but still looks good. That blue strip also continues right back here where we get to the back for the Mustang GT, where you have our iconic taillights. They're sequential, just like they are up front as well. We have the performance exhaust giving us 6 more horsepower, very nice. I love the rear end here as well. I love that we have this blued out GT package kind of thing, or the GT logo, and we also have the GT/CS performance kind of like etched into the badge, just like a minor detail, and I only noticed it like right near the end of the week, almost just before filming, and it looks really good. Trunk space, while we're back here, we'll show you. It's not a lot. You can fit your golf clubs in here, definitely. Definitely don't think I could fit my daughter in here with all the stuff that we need when we're going out. Probably would be a squeeze. Could do it. Don't know if I'd want to do it. This is more of just my Sunday driver, you know. You just after work, rip around, switch cars, and then go get. If you have that luxury, that's perfect, and you'll fit. I can fit a grocery hole in here, no problem at all. Maybe not a Costco one, but definitely a grocery run for sure. So that's gonna do it for my thoughts of the exterior. I wanna know what you think of these blue rims, these Brembo brakes, these blue badges. What do you think about the convertible look? Because some people really don't like a convertible look at all. I was kind of one of those people, but seeing this one in person, the way it's configured is actually a very nice spec of Mustang here. But some people will not like it and still prefer the fastback, because I do have the performance package, but I don't get the rear wing because I have the convertible. It's a little trade-off, but some people will just want to hear that screaming V8 and they'll never drive it in bad weather. And then maybe that's a compromise you could use. But of course, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments and let's continue on with the video. So there you have it, my thoughts on the Mustang GT. If it's clear, or if it wasn't clear, I don't hate it. As a matter of fact, I absolutely love this muscle car. And it's almost by force, but also I think if there was competition in the market for this thing, I think it would stack up pretty well. I think Ford has a really good ear in on what people actually want with a Mustang. Maybe you can make the argument for it's too digital, it's too techy. Sure, I guess that makes sense. But when it comes to like the seat comfort, especially the seats I have, it's not like the sport racing seats or anything, but the seats that I've got here and, you know, the overall view that I have, I still think I would take the fastback. Just because, like I said, I've had a little bit of issues with this soft top. Like it's just felt a little unreliable. If it rains and that top doesn't want to come back up, it happened to me only once, but it once was enough to scare me this week. Thankfully, it kind of reset itself after I, you know, turned the car off and walked away. That's at least good, but it's just one thing that kind of, you know, worries me. And with a fastback, with a hard top, you just don't have to worry about that. It's just not a thing. And I can still enjoy the V8. The only thing you lose when you don't get the convertible is you lose that like unfiltered, unbridled, just crazy V8 sound. Like there is quite a good amount of noise isolation in here now that I'm in here like back to back again. There's quite a bit of it and it's good, and that's fine. It's completely fine. But I mean, still, I feel like I just roll the windows down and I'd still hear it, and you know what? I'd still be fine with the fastback. But the convertible Mustang is absolutely an experience. And look, I'm going the speed limit, and you heard like this huge rumble from this engine. It's just unbelievable. I mean, the fact that Ford are still doing this, I just have to give them so much flowers, so much respect. You know, like a lot of companies are going full EVs, they're going hybrid even with their, you know, their flagship vehicles. And the actual Ford Mustang, I'm not talking Mach-E, is a flagship Ford. I don't care what you tell me. Same thing with like the Ford Ranger Raptor, the Ford F-150 Raptor, you know, like things like that. The Ford Bronco Raptor, they're still doing performance, and they're one of the only brands that are doing performance without so much electricity mixed in. It's just linear. It's just a straight up 5-liter Coyote V8 in this thing, and there's no electricity to it. There's no hybrid battery. There's nothing like that at all, and you have to appreciate it just for that. So yes, by default, the Mustang wins the muscle car competition in 2025 because it doesn't have any. But it doesn't mean that it wouldn't win it even if it did, because, you know, I think they have a really good product here, and I hope to see it again in 2026. I'm gonna like savor every last moment with this thing. I'm just a Mustang fan. I mean, I'll probably get hate for that, but look, anything, like I said, anything with a V8, 9.8 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be a fan of it. I'm probably going to love it. And that's just the enthusiast in me. I love a loud V8 and I love a manual. And when you pair those two things together, I find it really hard to complain about everything else. So that's going to do it for my thoughts. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you want to see more Mustangs on the channel. Maybe a dark horse, who knows? But I need you guys to like and subscribe. We need that support so we can take that support to Ford and we can say, hey, look, there's a market for this. Give me the best one you got. And they'll do it if they see that you guys really, really enjoy this kind of content. So let me know in the comments what you think overall of this spec. Convertible, fastback, which one are you getting? I really want to hear your thoughts. And how do you feel about these blue accents, the blue rims, the blue interior? I really want to know your thoughts. I love this vehicle. I hope I've done a good job at representing it and giving you like a taste of the sound. Unfortunately, the audio, I think even the best audio in the world couldn't really give you exactly what I'm hearing and witnessing and feeling, but I did my best, and hopefully that's enough. That being said, I'll see you in the next week. See you in the next car. Take care.